Hello and welcome to a very solemn episode of Jokakaka. I'm Jim.
And I'm Sam.
More like Joe cry cry cry, am I right?
Sure, we hit triple digits though on the chapters.
Also, triple digits of tears streaming out of my face after this sad chapter.
You really sound like it.
Oh.
You really sound beaten up.
So, yeah, we did it. We made it to chapter 100 of JoJolion.
Yeah, crazy, man.
It is crazy.
But unfortunately, the early thoughts chapter's a 1 out of 100 because of the only nut to appear was the one on the Ultra Jump cover. So,
yeah, we had no fucking nutting.
It was a failure of a
no
chapter.
No nut king call.
There was no nut. I'm very disappointed.
Hashtag no nut. Everyone go on Twitter.
No nut.
Hashtag no. Yeah, no nut. 100.
Yeah, the highest. You have to no nut in the month of September because there was no nuts in this chapter.
That's true. No nut till October.
Yeah, until the next chapter.
All right. In case you haven't been able to tell, we are a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure review discussion podcast where we talk about JoJolion, the currently being published JoJolion. Wait, JoJo manga. Yeah, we do this shit every fucking month.
Not very good, obviously.
Oh no, yeah, we're the best. We're best in the game. Just want to remind everyone out there, if you want to keep up to date with our ongoings, we just started to do some really crazy and wacky stuff on YouTube. Definitely subscribe to us on YouTube. Mm-hmm. We're also pretty much on like every other podcatcher, all the major podcatchers. Follow us there. Go on iTunes. Give us that funny fucking review. Write us a nice review. It really helps. Yeah, right. That's enough shilling, I guess.
All right, the shilling time is over.
Shilling time is over.
We gotta start on Endless Calamity Part 6.
Yep. Part 6, has that been confirmed?
Shut up, please.
Did Ultra Jump wait for this issue to come out to confirm it?
Shut up. So...
I'm sorry, I just had to say that because like people are finding like any excuse, like when are they going to announce the Part 6 anime? Is it going to be when the chapter 100 comes out? It's like, no,
it'll be out of nowhere and very underwhelming whenever they do it.
Yeah, it's going to be at like 3 a.m. You're going to be sleeping. You won't even be watching. It won't even be like a fun live stream you're watching. You'll wake up and you'll look at like reddit.com and you'll see
reddit.com.
Funny, it's JoJolion or Part 6 is now animated.
It's gonna be like out of nowhere a picture of just the team in like a picture, and then one of the color schemes will not be your canon color scheme, and everybody will just complain about it, and then be fine with it when it airs.
All right, okay, hilarious. I think that's a great place to leave off. We need to talk about this
sure?
chapter. Yeah. Right. Chapter 1.
The first thing I wrote is just like the boys on a tree with Ray's ass front and center.
When I saw this, I immediately thought, like, damn, this motherfucker's dying. So it's no surprise. I think this is almost no surprise to anyone who's been paying attention that Rai has had like the biggest death flags ever.
We'll get there. I have some opinions on that. That if he's
well, I mean, he's had death flags.
Literally everyone, like from our haikus, we're like all about him dying.
Yeah, I just wanted to cross promote that. In our haiku, we had a bunch of fan submitted haikus. Almost every single one was like, Rai will die. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, so, we'll see. We'll get there. I kind of want to talk about that.
So honestly, like, I think we can go through the events of this chapter pretty quick. As they've been recently, they've been really straightforward. It
was like a around 30-page chapter of mostly just action, basically action. But the dialogue, like, at the end is, like, the most important thing that everybody's been talking about.
I screamed at the top of my lungs.
Because, like, the first, like, quarter is just, was it asbestos?
Asbestos, yeah.
Asbestos? Yeah, that, like, spreading.
Yes.
I messed up I wrote, like, a B. Like,
wait.
You said asbestos? No, I thought you said apestis.
It's asbestos.
Okay, I'm not going to try to pronounce it.
But asbestos, I guess, is how it's spelled. Whatever. This is
spreading.
unimportant.
The shit is spreading on Gabby.
So, okay, one thing. I thought it was weird that the rock animal, D da do do
So
do
he's not
whatever.
He's not D8. That was like apparently like a mistranslation, and it's like D7,
Well, actually, I think it's
wasn't it?
important that we. Well, okay, yeah, D8 is incorrect because I think it's I think there are only 7 D words in the title.
So we call him Devin instead of Date.
Devin.
Even though this is the last
Um,
chapter, we'll probably refer to Devin.
yeah, Devin is fucking dead. He's on the floor. I actually really liked how Devin looked dead. It was a really cool corpse pose.
Devin.
I think this is kind of an important, like something that we can mention here.
Hmm.
So, as of the recording of this podcast, there's only one translation of JoJolion out right now.
Yeah.
I know we don't really talk about this often, but the translation team that normally does JoJolion, Hiwa Mata no Boru,
Cool and
uh,
Friends.
yeah, cool. I can't remember the other guys.
Mister.
Yeah, Wombistal, I think. Um, they're right now their translation's not out. The translation out right now is by Dog Park, who apparently have been going back and doing some other translations, I think he said.
Yeah, part 6, I think.
So I think I don't know, I think it's interesting. I have not done any of the side by side comparisons, and I also do not speak or read Japanese. So my opinions on which translation is superior might not be very important or valid, but I just thought it was important to mention. Wow, so we have a new translation team stepping up. That's very interesting.
And I guess it's not going to be like a race or competition now. But I really don't. I'm fine with both translation. I'm kind of interested to see like the difference now because this is the only time where people really brought it up. I I feel from like these past chapters of like different translations or like
Well, yeah, because there hadn't been any. It was just Hiwa Matanoboru for the longest time.
yeah, chapter's been out for like at this recording like a couple hours now, and not much. Like the other one still isn't out yet either.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we can talk about this a little bit later at a different time when I have more information, but I just thought it was pertinent to mention,
Yeah.
even though I don't have anything specifically to say. I do have one comment to make, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
All right. Well, I think I wrote this is a one shot of Devin like under the desk. Like I kind of love that one.
Devin, yeah, there's a lot of. I think the Devin the rock animal, as we are now referring to him as, he's had such really cool imagery associated with like his movement and like yeah, the part when he's under the desk. Um, just looks so cool and menacing. Even though he's this tiny little thing, he's probably like maybe like a foot tall, but he's drawn in a way that's so terrifying.
I'm excited if ever conventions happen again. Like if people are gonna make like a adapoptosis, like a Devin like
A Devin
creation,
launcher.
a Devin launcher. Yeah, just like someone that just has like or someone who does like a head doctor cosplay who can just have Devin. I think that'd be really
Yeah.
cool to see.
Well, that would also require conventions being allowed to
That's
happen.
that's why I said whenever it happens again.
Yeah. So never,
I made that very clear.
never, unless there's like a Mad Max convention that we have in the 100 years. 'Cause
Max convention.
what I mean is like that. We are going to become Mad Max. Our world's just going to become like a post-apocalypse because we are in the end
Oh,
of the world.
just be a desert wasteland.
Hell yeah. Just like my Steel Ball Run anime. Okay. Um, so Josuke, he uses soft and wet to attack the desk that Devin is hiding under. I love that we're just calling him Devin now. um,
Yeah.
it works. It fucking works. Yeah, he attacks Devin. It doesn't seem to work, even though he's fucking pulverizing the desk. It's just not working, even though, like, I mean, we've seen how powerful Soft and Wet's punches are. It should
Punches.
have just shattered the whole fucking desk.
Between his punches and his like shovel swinging abilities, it's very strong.
Yeah, one
Like,
might say that a shovel would only lower his power level because it's not his bare fists.
hey, if a star finger can be just as like strong as his punches, man. Gap shovel giving a stand a weapon is probably just as strong.
I
But
don't
like,
know. Agree to disagree.
but like he puts like the bubble. Like he puts like the bubbles in there first though, as well.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, but they you only see like the normal stars and the bubbles are just like this round balls. It looks like more than the bubbles.
Mm-hmm.
If you notice that, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just,
gonna be honest. I'm not entirely sure what Josuke's like plan is here. Like, I
yeah,
know that's kind of like been the the joke of the last few chapters is that it's a mystery what his plan is. But
Even
I
though
don't know
like,
what he's doing with his stand here. Like he's
because
just
like
making.
I'm sorry, his only like plan was he mentions to Ray is Arai, whatever. I keep on saying
Right.
Ray because I had like fucking Evangelion on like my mind.
Good.
But
You should, as you should.
I heard my friend the other day, and they were just talking a lot about it. And it's like I just had that character in my head. But
Yeah,
like,
because Ava's
but like
good, and you should watch it. You chump.
I'll get to it. And he eventually like tells him that like, oh, you have to let him attack me. You can't attack it. Like that's the only thing he tells him, and it's just very broad of like what his actual plan is. And even he doesn't seem confident in like what's happening to him for his plan to go off.
Yeah, during this chapter, it was kind of a little scary how confused Josuke seemed about everything.
Like not like he's not only confused of like his plan not really going well, but he's also confused because he's blinded. Like, his one
Oh
good eye
yeah,
is blinded.
yeah. When they kept bringing that up, I was like, "Oh shit, is Josuke gonna like lose his vision?"
Because like, he mentions like when he has the stuff like the crap on his eyes, he's like, "Oh, did you lose vision in your eye?" Like he always is singular, so like okay, I guess he is just blind in that one eye completely.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. But this is also assuming that like the head doctor is able to immediately know, and also Rai is able to immediately know that he has no vision. So I don't know.
You assume with all the goo on his face,
Yeah.
but
So things happen real fucking quick here.
yeah,
Like things just get worse for the both of them. Rai falls. I don't know if Rai was like in the process of falling last chapter and he just finally finished his fall here because things were like in slow mo. But Rai is on the ground and Josuke has to extend his legs to jump upwards. Because another thing the stand is doing, which I really love, is like it's like baiting him. Like it's like a fucking fishing line.
well,
like
there's people complained about Devin with just like I don't get it, but like the thing is the head doctor has no offensive capabilities. It is like if you go after it, you get fucked. So like this Devin is there for them to move, like have to go and try to like move towards him, and like
yeah.
and the whole thing that happened like it's like we're all distracted on Gappy and because of this because you can see his head like. The head doctor's head like, is towards him, so whereas like Rai does like the slithering up into the ceiling like a snake, apparently, according to the doctor.
Yeah. I love that he says that. He's like, "Wow, he moves like a snake."
I want to see that animated so bad, but
the sad thing is you won't because it'll be off camera.
no, but okay, this is like a deep reference that no one probably will get. But do you remember that Zodiac Battle Royale anime?
Junie Tyson?
Yeah, Junie Tyson, and then there was like that scene with, like the CG like snake. Like brothers and like slither like really janky. I kind of just like imagining it's like that. It's
Oh
like
yeah, that sucked.
It's like when the CG was first introduced to that show, and it's like the funniest thing.
It was really funny how that show was really good looking for one episode, and then it just became the most ugly looking thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was good to like you got to the brothers episode. If you can like, look it up, I'm not sure if it's on YouTube, but there's a clip of like the brothers.
I'm sure it is not. I'm sure no one cares about this shitty battle royale anime that was like apparently an Eastern what's his face damn, never mind. This is unimportant. Let's not talk about this.
But like, I just imagine the Slither just very janky looking, like very bad
he just becomes like Rai just becomes like a CGI model, and he just like it's like in Gary's mod when you like you use the gravity gun to slam someone against the wall. Like that's basically what it'll look like.
Or yeah, you pick up a corpse and he's just like ragdolling, but it's just the physics are just freak the fuck out.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he destroys Devin, and that's like the fucking death of Devin.
Yeah, well, okay, so something fucking awesome happens. So, Josuke is like being like okay, so we missed one thing. So Josuke like awesomely grabs the line, like Devin's line, and like yanks him upward. But then this just kind of fucks him over because Devin gets into the ceiling and then he starts to like strangle.
Yeah, it's starting to wrap around his neck.
Which is terrifying. Which is just like oh my god. And then also like he has to stay hunched over because if he extends his limbs, then he's gonna just start shooting out more of that asbestos goo from his eyeballs and every other orifice.
Ooh, also the his battle cry though for destroying Devin was Doggy.
Yes, it was Doggy.
Doggy. Gotta go with the
so-
brand of your stand name.
I think it's really interesting that he suddenly has like using his stand as a gun.
Yeah,
Like-
he's a very okay.
It's
I
really
wrote-
cool, but it's very out of nowhere.
I wrote this because like this is what I called it, and like later on in my notes I wrote it as Doggy Finger.
This is Doggy Finger.
Because every episode of our part 3 thing is just use Starfinger. So this is literally our character just using. Apparently, his
This
fingers.
is Araki hearing all the criticism about Josuke not using, Jotaro not using Starfinger more often. So he's like, "You want Starfinger so bad? Here, it's fucking Starfinger."
But his like wrap fingers are sharp enough to be a knife as well.
Which is awesome. Yeah, and he
great.
fucking destroys Devin. He goes right for the fleshy bit.
His obvious weak point, you mean?
Hey, I don't know.
It's literal, like, probably the only bug part of him that wasn't a popsicle stick.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then that's when he gets to, like, the 2 centimeters from him, which I just love the shot of him just with the knife finger in his right between his eyes.
So, I mean, I'm a fan of JoJo. I like JoJo, but it's rare for me to be reading JoJo and to feel like this is up there with one of the most like tense scenes in all of JoJo for me. Like, I was getting real flashbacks to like Gyro's death at the end of part 7, and like that feeling of like the sort of imminent, it's coming, and like the characters are still they still think they have a chance, and that's how I felt reading this.
This is the Joe Bro getting the upper hand on the villain, but then it's obviously not gonna end well for him.
Yeah, but one thing I love about this, and we haven't talked about it yet, is the head doctor is talking the whole time, and he is even like surprised. He doesn't even know what's gonna happen.
Okay, this is one of my favorite speeches. Like, I think I said this with the whole Pangea land, but when he's caught off guard, he gets like kind of like he doesn't know he doesn't know what to do really for like a little second there, and so I love it because you never see it was Toru himself, but like the head doctor is that like emotion to react like that. And that's why I'm like really hoping to see that moment when Toru himself cracks. Like,
yeah, it's just so interesting that this is the reaction that our villain is doing right now. Like, he has the upper hand, but he doesn't know why. Like, he's just kind of a victim of circumstance, but in a good way. Like, he's able to just. It seems like he's just been able to use Wonder of You to avoid any sort of issues. The way that like what's it called? Well, not Ticket to Ride, Love Train. The way that Love Train.
Yeah, a lot of comparisons right now to Love Train.
Well, I mean, the end of the spoiler for the end of the chapter, the fucking spin just gets name dropped.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But no, okay, the whole speech, like, I don't know, this first time it ever happened to me that someone got this close range. Like, I have to believe in my stand. It's kind of one of those things, like, I have to believe in my stand and it will work. Like, I just love
really
that whole
interesting.
speech.
And it makes him feel like such a passive agent. Like, he doesn't feel like, compared to someone like Valentine, who is like orchestrated this whole thing, and like even though like the race itself is like a way for him to collect all the parts and shit. Whereas this guy just seems like he's chilling, and he's like, yeah, sure, I guess Wonder You's got my back. It's always done me good before.
It's just like the most nonchalant, like, okay, so in the JoJo, you've always had the villain make like this epic grand speech, like it's so serious, like he had it written out before, before the final encounter, ready to go for our protagonist. But like, this is the first time this happened to me, so I'm a bit of a surprise. Like, it's just crazy, guys. I cannot believe this happened. This is really great, but I don't know what to do.
It's also really funny to me that he's like, oh, this is my first time. It's like, oh, my first time this happened to me. It was like, so it's just really funny.
It's like, you got this close at a calamity occurring, which is interesting because, it's just like, how did he get, like, he wasn't paying attention to him, and that's how he got to a close, which is weird. And all the calamity earlier was shown as like those kinds of rain droplets we saw when they got out of the Lambo.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's like, and he mentioned this before the speech, but he says the calamity energy is an illusion.
Yeah, so that's what Rai is speculating here, is that the calamity is an illusion. Is that the head doctor has been using, at least this is what I interpreted. He's been using animals like the rock animals and rock insects to make it seem like he has this sort of calamity ability, but I mean, I think it's kind of proved that Rai's wrong here.
Yeah,
he does seem to have some sort of calamity ability.
There's probably some like string attached, like, no pun intended, string attached to that thing. Like, the calamity happens, but like there could be something. It had to be something more to it. Like it's not just Calamity; it's something else, and like coming from the sky that like triggers it, or like something it did on like the staircase that like triggers it. Like really for it to really happen, other than just like you know.
What you said about him not focusing on Rai,
Yeah.
I think that might be part of it. Is yeah, because his attention was totally diverted.
And like we've seen, like if you go towards him, like in general, like we're still able to know how the remoteness works, because we saw with like Mitsuba and Yashiho, where like that's just happening, and this is like the most direct one. So like I'm not sure what the difference between like how he could kind of be multiple of himself like that, because like we know that he was at the like right before Toru came out to the crawling Yashiho, he was there like shortly before. And then he's then like at the hospital. So like I don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
weird.
No, it's funny like because everyone was also like there was such a discussion like oh no, Head Doctor and Toru are two different people, and then it's like oh no, they are just the same person now. But then you have things like this, and it's like these characters feel so separate, even though they are like I guess supposed to be like the same. They're like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're put there. It's like a weird like it's like a RC car, but he's like it's like a VR. Like he's like kind of like seeing like him and kind of like puppeting him. It's like a weird like that, like a puppet.
It's just like we hadn't gotten like any interaction with the Head Doctor, and now we have a ton of it happening, and it feels so different than how Toru acts. And like,
that's what I said.
So different than I expected.
That's what I said with like Pangea Land. He kind of like lost his cool when he like found like that info that Gappy sent him.
Yeah.
And like Toru, we've always seen him being the straight face, like smooth man that he projects himself as.
Yeah.
So it's just so much we still don't know, and like I guess all that Toru stuff will be answered on the estate. It has to be.
I mean, yeah, and it. Damn. So like, let's finish wrapping the chapter up.
Yeah.
First.
So yeah, Rai gets like a centimeter away now, but he gets taunted saying that like, oh yeah, your landslide was me. It's like the reverse Flash. Like it was me, Rai. I killed your father, and then your mother got ill, but that was me too. Like it was all me.
The time. The time you, what's the meme where he's like, the time where you jizzed in your pants? It was actually me jerking you off.
It was me, Barry. It was me, y'all.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
He literally just didn't pull a reverse flash thing to him saying it was me all along.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend breaking up for you, or your girlfriend not going to prom with you, that was me. You gained the house on the ski lift, that was me. Like,
but so, yeah, and... we also confirmed that Rai's mom died shortly after, too.
He's an orphan.
Yeah, that wasn't quite confirmed last chapter. All we knew is that his dad died. But then, and it's even more tragic because apparently she, like, was overwhelmed by the deaths of the fucking failing pear orchard.
I wonder...
died.
Cause, like, I wonder if Norusuke, like, took care of him. Like, he should kind of, like, or at least helped him, like, go take him to school or something like that, or at least like because he was like a friend. He was there at the funeral and like
yeah, he was very close. Clearly, Norisuke was very close with them, and like with the family, and he was so like compassionate towards Rai at the funeral scene. So maybe it's just funny. Like I don't know. I feel like I guess we don't know like when. When the mom died, and he was.
They said it was shortly like after, so I'm assuming
that's true.
And he was only like, did they say his age when at the funeral, or?
They might have. I'll check really quick. He was definitely supposed to be like a teenager.
Yeah. But still, I can see like him putting him through college just to like grow up or get into the same field his father was, or like. Get into the field that would like find the truth or something. Like there could be some like motive that like that he helped them with. Just tie them more together because everything's now trying to be tied together. So yeah. Then he grabs Wonder of You, which I fucking love. I just love the idea because like Rai is like a stance part of him, and just seeing him completely just grab like an actual stand is like hilarious.
And also, the stand, like, becomes the head doctor again. Like, becomes the old man, which I thought was really interesting.
Do you think that's part of how it works, or just, like, some weird activation thing? Or is it just, like, a artistic touch?
I think it's just a visual, to be honest. I think it's just a cool. It's like a very striking image to see Rai like gripping this old man's head, and like the pain that which he depicts the head doctor was legitimately shocking. Because as I said before, like
It's his
a
first
character
time.
we haven't seen. It's his first time, and he's about to penetrate his neck with his doggy style.
His first
Damn.
choke. His first choke.
Damn, who knew how sexual JoJolion was getting?
I mean, I told you it's the most sex-filled part of JoJo.
That's true.
But also get the great line of "I got you now, die, motherfucker." Which I'm wondering because that was translation.
Okay.
Again,
Okay. This is what I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
So this is where it feels like this reminds me of the good old days
of fan
watching-
subs.
Yeah, watching my fan subs and
Fuck you,
Naruto says-
Sasuke.
Yeah, fuck you, Sasuke. You fucking cunt,
You're my fucking
bastard.
Nakama.
Yeah.
You're coming back to the fucking village.
So as far as my understanding goes with Japanese, which please correct me if I'm wrong, there aren't really equivalents to curse words as we have them in English.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be as simple as like him saying motherfucker. From my understanding, cursing or swearing in Japanese is more about like using improper what's the word, like honorifics and
Yeah.
like
The
ways
thing
of speech.
Yeah, like the thing like after you would like call someone or something very.
Mm-hmm.
Always the small little things in Japan that like piss you off.
Yeah,
like,
that's at least that's my understanding. I might be wrong, so please elucidate me in the comments if I am. But so here it just feels a little out of place to have Rai scream, "Die, motherfucker!"
Die, motherfucker, die.
It feels almost a little cheesy, in my opinion. Like it's a little too much.
I don't know. If you find that this man killed his parents, essentially, like I kind of think it's fine.
I guess it's not fine, but it's just like I don't know.
It was him,
it
Jim.
took me out of it.
He was the one that jerked him off.
He was the one that jerked him off. He was the one that fucked his mother. So he was a literal motherfucker.
Oh my! But yeah, then he loses like one of his twin tails.
When I saw that, I gasped. I was like, no!
I was like, is that his tail? I had to double check and like I noticed like his hairpiece gone. Then we cut me like to make sure it was his little twin tail. But then yeah, the doggy finger missed him because
to the
of
surprise of the head doctor, which is so. This is another cool thing too. Like we see the head doctor in his human form for a second, and then he instantly jumps back to the stand form.
he did it so you can see the shock on his face. But I think it was a great touch.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
And yeah, then he has holes. He got holed.
He got filled with holes.
Yeah.
Sam, you know how the funny meme is like, oh, this character got donutted. I'm coming with a new one. He got munchkined.
He got munchkined.
Because a bunch
I
of tiny
know.
little donut holes.
I know.
Get it?
I like it. That's a great reference.
So yeah, Rai Mamazuku, I'm the first one. First canonical
First
JoJo
one.
character to get munchkined. Actually, no, Jolene kind of gets munchkined with Yo-Yo Ma. I know I'm not just trying to bring up Yo-Yo Ma here.
Stop talking about Jimmy Gas. Stop talking about Yo-Yo Ma.
She does get a bunch of holes in her during that fight, so she gets munchkined
Does
too.
Mystic count as getting a bunch of holes put in him and he shoots himself like 20 times?
No, that's just bad gun safety.
That's just bad gun safety. Mystic is all about bad gun safety. I mean, he does put a revolver like into his crotch area, and because it has no safety on revolvers, like it's so super fucking dangerous.
Hey, it might not be loaded. Just kidding, we know it's loaded.
Yeah, we know it's loaded, and the fucking pistols can literally just go in there and just pull the trigger, especially if like the barrel
If
is
he doesn't
cocked
feed him,
back.
and if he doesn't feed him, and they get a little ornery.
Yeah, especially if one was probably really angry.
All right.
I feel like there's a lot of tiny holes, but
I think you're a lot of tiny holes.
well, yeah, obviously, but that's beside the point. But you get hit by
okay.
soap bubbles.
So
so-
yeah,
I always find it weird they call them soap bubbles.
I mean, what other kind of
I
bubble could it
mean, like
be?
Caesar had soap bubbles too, though, right?
Yeah, he used soap.
Yeah,
I mean,
soap
I mean,
bubbles.
like, what else would form a bubble that would stay that long? You know, like water alone cannot
Spin.
form bubbles out. Well, yeah, sorry, you did it. You answered my question.
But yeah, so the bubbles hit him. So did he like assume that like the bubbles just like store the calamity energy in them?
You know what? I got nothing.
Like I thought I took it as like the bubbles like absorb like those because all the calamity like like droplets were in the air, so I assume like the bubbles, like some of them like absorb the calamity in them, and those are the ones that hit Rai.
So maybe, okay, so maybe this is just this little gamer theory.
Oh boy.
I've been playing a lot of video games lately, and I've got a theory from it.
Same.
So, okay, maybe the spin, because we know that the spin is a thing, and it's happening all around us.
The spin, yes.
All of his soap bubbles are not soap bubbles. This was such a cathartic moment for me, having Rai finally tell. I think that might have been my one prediction. There was one thing that I mentioned last time. I was like, I really want Rai to tell Josuke about the fucking, what the chords are. Because I think they used the word chord in the original chapter translation.
I think so. And the first time he mentioned it, I think he said it was like chord or cork or something like that.
In this one, Rai uses the word line. Okay, so I should say the translation uses the word line, which I guess is fine. But chord makes a little bit more sense. String would also just be fine.
Maybe people say like this extra string hanging off Gabby's clothes is what he's actually using the bubbles as.
Yeah, every time he wants to make a bubble, he's soft and wet is ripping one tiny little piece of hair off of his head.
He will be naked by the end of part 8.
Yeah.
He's like spamming bubbles right now.
It'll be really funny. Yeah, he's like, it's like the Sweater Song by Weezer.
I thought you meant the sweater song for SpongeBob.
No, is there a sweater song for SpongeBob?
The best time to wear a striped sweater.
Oh, that's right. It's not a real song. It's like it's like 10 seconds.
It's not a real song. Fuck you.
I meant like it's not like it doesn't have like a whole thing. It's not like the.
It is a whole thing.
Whatever. I agree. I agree, but I also disagree.
You agree to disagree.
So what I think, back to my funny fucking theory. Mm-hmm. So the spin is like immovable. No, that doesn't make sense because the bubbles
spin
move.
is immovable part
9. Basically, my idea, I can't put it into words. I'm sorry.
The theory's so big brain that not even like my small brain can comprehend it. I got it.
A theory so big brain that language cannot properly explain it.
Language has no power over me. You know that.
All right.
Everybody listening knows that.
I'm gonna have to just do an interpretive dance to explain my thoughts and film it. I'm just kidding. I would never
At
do
your
that.
face reveal.
Yeah, that's my funny fucking face reveal. No, I think that since the soap bubbles, they're not balls. The soap bubbles are spinning.
Soap ball run.
And they are like, I don't know. I got nothing here. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think that they are like, I don't know I think they are not capturing the Calamity energy. I think they are like preventing it from reaching him or from getting inside of it. So I think the natural evolution would be that Josuke will need to make a big bubble around himself, kind of like how we've seen in the past.
What's worse than one giant soap bubble is 2 giant soap bubbles, and that's going to defeat the head doctor?
Why are there so many SpongeBob references in JoJolion?
Everything can be connected to a SpongeBob reference. Everything.
But so yeah, I think that might be the way to protect against. Maybe it's a way because it's like embodying the spin. It's just funny because like the times that we've seen the spin before, it's never been represented in a ball or bubble. I'm gonna say ball. No, I'm gonna take that back instantly. Obviously, the steel balls were a thing, but it's not. So, like in the bubbles, they are like a string. Like I think it's interesting that we're taking a string and making that infused with the power of the spin.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember that
Johnny
really happening.
Johnny did it with his fucking fingernails. I mean, why not a string? I guess.
That's true, but it's more like I don't know. I can't really explain it. I feel like I don't know enough about this yet
I don't know,
to really talk about it.
And we know the spin has like different functionalities with like from what we've seen, which gyros and what's it called Wikipeepo, yeah.
And yeah, remember the time when Johnny makes his horse's leg contort, so it kicks him really hard. You can use the spin to do anything.
Animal cruelty is fine.
I do remember early on in I think they show Gyro do that early on in part 7 too, and like it looks horrible. Like he's like twisting the horse's muscles in a horrible way to make it run faster. Animals
do get it rough in part 7. I mean, horses are going to be collateral damage in a race like that.
Just in JoJo in general, like they're either getting beaten up by Jotaro, like the orangutan, or
well, the orangutan deserved it.
That's true. He's a bastard.
So is that fucking eagle, or I mean hawk? I'm sorry.
Uh,
Even
yeah.
and dogs, obviously, but still.
We're not even allowed to mention dogs.
I mean, other than the Part 8 dog that somehow lives so far, Rocky himself. I love it. I also love this. Like he wanted to call him Rocky,
Yeah.
the longest living dog in JoJo. So yeah, so he gets hit like in like the head and the arms, like, but he still was trying to monologue, even though he had like a freaking headshot. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that's when he tells tells him that he must win. He didn't see Calamity, but he saw good fortune. And so in the soap bubbles are spinning lines, so we got the spin.
So what I'm thinking of here is like, and I think I've just mentioned this in every chapter, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but so Rai here is saying he saw good fortune. So that's basically what Love Train's ability was.
Yes.
It was to preserve like good fortune around yourself and redirect bad luck and bad fortune away. So to me, this seems like the spirit of that ability is still like around, but it's become perverted in a weird way where
corrupted.
it's not like Love Train was like such a perfect like impossible to beat thing. Like you needed that very specific
The golden
bullshit ass pull to beat that stand. So here it's like aspects of the stand have broken up, and like the head doctor is he's able to like redirect fortune, but he's not able to like control it the same way that Valentine did.
Yeah, or maybe he does like Toru doesn't even understand it completely. Like he just views it as Calamity and not like the good fortune thing.
Yeah, it's like he has an incomplete picture of what the ability is.
Yeah, which is interesting. Which it's like it's kind of interesting to have like a stand user who doesn't comprehend or stand like especially like this far into it completely, which is fascinating. Especially since the corpse parts are such a hidden thing, which because it's like only a few like people knew about the corpse parts, and then we even learned that the government they had it locked up in the vault at the end, and then the government had to come over and get the pieces back from Johnny or wherever Johnny left them, and that's where we got the Lucy flat like tease, which that's probably going to explain everything, like I said last time.
Yeah, that's okay. That's something I wanted to bring up. So the whole Lucy thing, so that was a really great little like background detail, but I feel like you're right. I think it could be really important. So here's my fan theory.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that the corpse is most likely, without a doubt, in Morio.
Yes.
And it's been there for a long time. So I think that we could assume that maybe it is incomplete. Maybe like Lucy has removed like one of the eyes or something, or whatever. It's unimportant what part she removed. So that's why that the ability of this Love Train ability is not like working as intended.
It's like at 80% where like this like a small piece is just missing like that, and it's just kind of going hey. But why would it come and it maybe combine with Toru or something, or maybe the wasp pod was like in the area where the course part is. I don't know.
Well, it kind of reminds me of like, well, we know that JoJolion is a story about a curse. It's a story about breaking a curse.
Yeah,
and it reminds me of like the thing. I guess I hate to say this is the worst first example to come to mind, but you know, like Pirates of the Caribbean. How in the first movie, if they remove one of the gold coins from the chest, they become cursed.
Yes.
And the curse is not lifted until they put all the coins back there. Maybe that's what's happening here. It's something similar. Like Lucy has confiscated a part of the part. Well, I guess
a part of the part.
Did. Yeah, a part of the corpse parts. So now it's still like, because we know the corpse parts are like super powerful, and like they would call to people, and they would like jump into your body and like control, and they have like guardians too. So
angels,
maybe, yeah, and so maybe they're like their will is being exerted in this really like incomplete, malformed way, and that's why it's taking the power of a curse rather than like fortune.
And you know what happened? Because when Johnny transferred the curse over, he got the Calamity hit him in the head with a rock. And that's the first sign of it going haywire, maybe? Like,
yeah, I think that's, I like this fan theory that we're shooting out on the spot.
Because a lot of people have the theory that it's like Johnny's corpse like became a holy corpse, and that's what fused with like Kira and Jofume as well, or something like that. And that's why Gappy has a spin. But like
that actually, so I hadn't seen that, and I kind of wrote off the whole Saint Johnny Joestar thing until literally just now that it's confirmed that Josuke just has the spin power. So I mean, I guess that's possible.
Unconsciously has the spin power.
Yeah, I think it would be a little. I'm trying to think. I guess it wouldn't be too hard to imagine that happening, but it would just be like, I think it's kind of like a weird non sequitur that Johnny just becomes like a holy corpse. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why Johnny? Like, Jesus Christ is a very important figure.
Yes.
So it makes sense as to why
because
he
other
would
people
become
became
that.
Because I guess there's other figures like biblical figures that became saints in like something like that, where it's not like Jesus probably is just like a saint or like wise men kind of thing, where like.
Well, yeah, the whole idea of like holy relics comes from like when they would like some saint would die and they would be like, we need to preserve his femur and then keep it inside a big giant golden display case in the Versailles Palace or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I just like why is Johnny sainted? Why is he? Because he didn't really even embody that much of the corpse, right? Like he didn't embody the entirety of the corpse at any point.
He only had like a piece or two. Like, even Gyro had like one piece, but like it was weird they had to store him.
Yeah, like, Gyro had Scan. He had the eyeball.
Yeah, that he only had for like one arc.
Yeah, and it got ripped away from him.
He had a cute little baby stand, and then got rid of it.
Little baby stand.
They touched the little baby stand too.
Yeah,
I love the little baby stands. But yes, and another thing people have been asking, like, why does Rai know about the spin?
Yes, that is a big. Well, yeah, that's a big fucking question.
So,
and, like, I maybe he like thought of it himself, like he discovered it himself.
But no, because people like maybe he's tied to the Zeppeli somehow, and because someone because I was looking at a couple like discussion threads around because waiting for you to record this, and there's a line from part 7 where like I heard that the Zeppeli family who were employed as the official royal executioners of the Kingdom of Naples had moved to a different country, but no one knows exactly. So there's a chance they could have migrated somewhere else or moved, so who knows, they could have been Japan, and maybe the curse is Ray will actually live and break the curse of Zeppeli's dying for a Joestar.
so I guess the natural conclusion would be the Zeppelis went to Japan and then used the spin to plant good. I guess that's like the theory.
Maybe?
I don't see it. It's not too hard to believe. Like I can see it, but I think it would just be like, I don't know if I would really appreciate another Zeppeli kind of just inserted in the end of the story when
he's like a far descendant, like not really because he had a different last name because generations, stuff like that. But like,
yeah, but like, I don't know. It just feels weird to me. Like
Zeppeli that lives.
Rai feels like such a
that's the curse. One of the curses.
He never dies. But Rai feels like such a distinct character to me.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like the idea of him being like a callback character.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he would be a direct callback, but like,
I know it would be dumb, but this is my thing. I like these stupid dumb callback things. I don't know. I like the shot. Like I'm a big what if like it happened. Like, it'd be cool, but like I could see it being like kind of dumb as well.
Yeah, I just think it would just be like kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm just kind of curious because like not the spin wasn't super well known. Like it wasn't the thing like everybody knows this, or like, it's like Haman, where like everybody doesn't know like what Haman is. Only like a very select few people know about the secret trainings and all that shit.
But apparently, it's very easy to just pick up in a couple months.
I mean, yeah, Johnny picked up that ball and like felt his legs jolt.
Yeah, well, he had it. He had the power within him.
Apparently, Gappy does too. Gappy does have a spin.
But yeah, the one thing we didn't mention, is Rai rips open his stomach.
He says like, people who, what did I gotta say? I find that line again. In my, gotta get past all his monologue to find it. There it is. Alright. This is the spin. It's the only reason some people can't see inside this, which is like the hole in his chest, in his stomach.
Okay, let's think of how we could read this in different ways. So he could be saying this as, it's the only reason some people can't see inside this. Like maybe he can't finish his thought and he's saying like, see inside, like, and then he's opening his stomach to show.
I can't see the left side of my body. I don't know, because spin works in various ways. So like, that's the
Spin
thing.
works in various ways.
Sure, thank you for that. Also, he just tore apart his onesie and his fucking business suit.
Damn, his fingers are so strong, even though he doesn't have fingers on his one hand.
Hey man, Hulk Hogan did it every fucking week, man. Ripped open his
But
shirt.
Hulk Hogan's fake. Ryan
Hulk Hogan's
Mamazuka's
gonna
real.
leg drop the head doctor. So
And he's gonna head drop Gawker magazine or website.
he owns Gawker now, brother.
All right.
But yeah, and then it's like that. I don't know. 'Cause, like I still think he can live because I looked at poor Tommy. He like literally like, kind of fell apart, like kind of similar to as well. So like I don't write him off as dead yet completely.
This is the first time I'm totally writing a character off. Like Rye's dead. Compared
He has
to
a hole
like,
in his head and he's still fucking talking.
Wait, what?
That he has a hole in his head and he's still fucking talking.
Oh yeah, but yeah, that's JoJo characters always do that.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing he's dead, but I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if he is. But like, I still have like he freaking disintegrated for the most part, or like unraveled completely, and then came back as like slowly. And oh my god, we need to get him to a hospital. Oh wait, we're here and there.
But he's like chunks of his brain are missing. Like this is
We'll
like
staple it back
JoJo's
together.
shorthand, like a Rocky shorthand for character death. It would take
Hollywood just
nothing
grabbed-
short of a miracle.
Holly's like grab toilet paper and just staple it on him. Like he good as new.
Well, yeah, actually, we know Holly has bits of rock in her head, so maybe they will, like, well, didn't just
gives him the
destroy
Lokaka.
all of the Lokaka, though?
What
Didn't he destroy all of it? I thought he, like, remember he punched everything in the room and, like, fucked it all up?
He punched everything in the room, but didn't he send? I thought he sent like a vial of it to Pangea Land.
No! He sent Pangea Land a micro USB, or micro flash drive, with
No, but he also
information on
remember
it.
because he opened to sniff it or look at it, and then that's because a little bit got on him. That's why he cracked.
Okay, well, yeah, but then that was destroyed, too.
Yeah, I mean, for all we know, like, oh, I hid one just in case or something like that. That could literally that could happen.
But Sam, that's bullshit. I hate that.
It's
That's
bullshit.
shitty.
It would be.
Why
It
would he have
be.
destroyed Why would he have destroyed all of them if he just?
I don't know, man.
I hate that idea.
It's
I would
all
be
part of
mad.
his fucking big brain plan.
I would be mad if that happened.
He throws it at the head doctor's stand, and it causes it to like to break somewhere. I don't know. He uses the quick exchange against the head doctor. I don't fucking know. But so much could happen still.
That's true, but he's dead. But he did die on camera.
I'm waiting for his ghost to appear into heaven.
Yeah, that'll be the real one. I mean,
you can look out hit the window right there and to see his ghost.
I don't know. I feel like this is more severe than Rye really has been fucked up hard though. Remember when he got hit by the table and his legs like exploded?
Yeah, I said he's been fucked up so many times. Like Ozone Baby, the first time encountering the head doctor, like I can't put it past him that there's a chance that he could literally survive this. Like I'm not saying like I'm not like I was 100% dead. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a chance that he could somehow live, but
I think it would really cheapen the scene if he does live. To be honest,
I can't remember. Did you think he was 100% dead during Ozone Baby?
Me? No.
No,
I'm pretty sure I didn't. Because like
listen.
I think I don't know. Because I was like, there's no way this guy's dying right here.
Even though he's like completely crumbled.
Fans of the show, check the archives to see if I'm lying and if I did think that Rye was dead back in Ozone Baby.
Yeah. What if like so many people had the spin? Like, cause Rye does the spins with his finger. Joshu can spin with nuts.
Nuts do spin.
Like he gets to spin them. Like,
it's true. It's very true.
Like some of
Who
these
knew
people
that
are
every
attached to
stand had-
spin.
Kyo, everyone's favorite fan favorite character, Kyo has a motorcycle. That's 2 spinning wheels right there, baby.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that whenever we counter the Joshu and Toru goes like, I'm gonna use Wonder of You, but like, and Joshu goes, oh, you're missing 2 letters there, an N and a T. To go before and after that U.
Wonder if not.
And then we nut, and there we go.
Oh, if his stand cry isn't nut, then we're gonna.
If he did that line, it would rival Jotaro's like watch line. You're like, wait, how do you know how I spell it? Oh man, but yeah, we're so balls deep into this arc, and like there's still so much that needs to happen, man.
All right, so
That's my prediction for
predictions.
101 is going to be the Wonder of Nut. It's going to be
My
called the chapter
prediction,
will be called Wonder of Nut.
my prediction for 101 is that we're not going to see Yasuho, Toru, or Joshu at all. It's going to be still here.
I
Um,
feel like after this one, especially after Hayes, it's going to go back to the Yasho and 'cause after a big moment, it cuts back just like we had before. There's like a big moment of Yasho crawling, Joshu showing up, Jobin getting fucked, like, and then this was like I was gonna hold off on like what's gonna be the fate of Gappy and and the corpse of the pile of like line and cloth like on the ground that is Rai.
all right, so my prediction for next chapter is that Josuke is going to learn his new ability. Because the little like line that they leave us off with says, "The spin of good fortune. Can they stop the flow?" So I think it's going to be about Josuke. The whole chapter is going to be about him like trying to control his stand and take what Rai is saying to heart and try and maybe stop the spin of his
Figure it
bubbles.
out maybe.
And because I think he'll have a line and he'll do something cool with a line, like he'll shoot it out and I don't know, wreck the head doctor's eyeball. That's my fan theory.
I think it's gonna be like a quarter of it about Gappy and like and like some little thing about like the spin, but then it's gonna cut back to the estate, and I think we have to get at least something from that because I feel that after a big moment in the part, like it's gonna be that you go from like one cliffhanger and then back to resolve the other cliffhanger like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Yeah, who knows?
That
I guess
we will get
I guess
Wonder of
we
Nut.
won't know. We won't know until October.
Yeah, we're gonna have hiatus, and then we gotta figure something out. I think there's something out to do for that hiatus month.
Yeah, I think we always do this, but fans of the show, comment below with what you want us to do for the hiatus month special.
Yeah.
I was
JoJo
thinking of
related or
maybe
not?
what?
Is it JoJo related or not JoJo related?
Yeah, I guess they're gonna all want JoJo related though.
Yeah.
I was thinking of doing maybe like a big extravaganza of trying to squeeze as many people onto one podcast as we possibly can. Like get like
God,
20 guests.
Discord would literally burst into flames with that many people.
That'd be really funny. Yeah, shoot us the line. I just did that haiku video that was kind of fun and different. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you have any fun ideas, let me know, dudes.
Put your
Dudes and
theories
dudettes.
put your theories on what you think gonna happen or what your interpretation of certain things that happen in the chapter. I'm not sure if we have a special question for this one.
Sam, you don't even need to ask them for that. They're gonna start flooding the comments with theories before we
Yeah.
even reach this part in the podcast. There's gonna be like dozens of theories in
If you want a
the
more
description.
active place, we do have a Discord if you want to join that and, discuss with other people.
Oh yeah, we do have a Discord.
Yeah.
Check out our Discord. There's a pretty cool community. We got a cool art community. I post my pictures of my garden on there.
Yeah.
That's it. No, there's a lot of cool
That's
people
enough.
on there.
Yeah. I guess we just do the start plugging and then they start it. Thank you for listening. Definitely, like Jim said earlier in his shilling, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and follow us wherever podcasts are. Leave reviews, all that cool stuff. Check out our other series. Jim does some live streams as well. Check those out.
Yeah. Those have
Follow
been
the
fun.
yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's funny.
I kind of get in
Um,
that flow when I do the plug part.
It's fine. I don't want to interrupt your funky flow.
My one thing, Jim. Don't take it away from me. um, yeah, follow us on Twitter, each of us separately, or just the podcast in general. And anything else you want to plug?
Nah, that's it.
Oh, and yeah. Also, check out our Brokaka we had recently. Just
Oh yeah,
like,
we did a Brokaka with grapefruit. That was a lot of fun.
yes, it was. And yeah. Anything else I'm missing?
We do a Stardust Crusaders podcast that hasn't updated in a month or two.
Oh, we took a month. We kind of take a month off. It's been kind of hectic.
Yeah, I've been so fucking busy with my new job, so I cannot. I don't have time for podcasting. Fans of the show also might know that The Crystal Men, my other Steven Universe podcast, has not released a new episode in a bit, and there are currently none being recorded, so hang in there, fam.
We're working on it. We will try to, I kind of want to do a part 3 of another one just to kind of get back into the flow, especially with hiatus month. Maybe we would just like have an extra one of those. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
We'll see, because I think in the pipeline, I think it's Justice is next? Or
Yep.
Justice? Yeah, Justice, yeah. So, hopefully we can look forward to that. And maybe something else coming up. Anything else
I
I'm
just have
missing?
to say, so I just checked, because I've been trying to avoid all social media today because of the Raws were out and spoilers. And
Yeah.
our JoJo haiku video that we put out a couple days ago is being flooded with new comments now, like rise dead, rise fucking dead. It's really funny to me that this video is
That's
blowing
what a comment
up
back saying, that's not a haiku.
again. Some people actually are putting haikus in there, which is rad.
God, you big brain motherfuckers.
Yeah. All right, let's end it here.
All right, thank
you. Let's say thank you in unison. All right,
We can't do that on Discord.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Thank
Thank you
I was about to say thank you for listening. You fucked it up.
for listening.
Fuck, oh my god.
No, but really, thank you so much, everyone, for listening, and commenting and engaging with us.
If you listen to only these, we'll see you in October.
Damn, yeah. Have a fun back to school, everyone.
Or don't.
Or don't.
Stay safe.
Yeah. Goddamn. Everyone stay safe out there.
Wear your fucking mask.
Yeah, wear your mask. Pretend like it's your stand ability. You have to put a mask on to breathe right and not get sick.
God, what's a song with a mask?
The Man Behind the Mask.
Is that a song?
I don't know. I just kind of
I
came out of my mouth.
I was like, you're gonna say Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right. Well, there's Mask Out of Man, which is the cover of the Dark Knight Rises scene where the guy sang a whole version of the Bane song. All right, let's end it here.
All right.
Bye.